All right, all right, all right. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, that's fine. What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So, and we're here with a different type of stream where... Oh, crap. All right, there we go. We're here with a different type of stream. Sorry, it's getting feedback in my headphones. And today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at some of y'all's mock drafts. And I'm going to mock them. So, nice mock the mock for the viewers. Right, I got you. I get you. Next, walk the mock. You're going to be the only one that gets a letter grade. How about that? I did you dirty last night. On purpose for comedic effect, but I did you dirty. But yeah, we're going to be checking those out tonight. You can send them either via Twitter, in my DMs, or on the Discord. That's how I'm accepting all those. We'll see how many I choose to go through tonight. Where? There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and get this sucker started. This one's via from Gigantor. All right, so this is it. Let me actually... do this. That doesn't look any better. How about this? It's all right. We'll just... Oh crap! That's the main one. There we go. I don't want it to be too... Yeah, screw it. We'll run through it like this. There we go. Okay. All right. So this is the first mock, and we got Dustin. Like to give you your weekly dose of the GOAT, Voldemort. Okay, there we go. All right. So he did the trade here. I'm actually quickly looking to see if there's any other trades. It doesn't... Oh, no, there's another trade. Okay, so I see two trades right off the bat, but we'll go pick by pick. Bryce Young makes all the sense in the world, calls trade up, best quarterback in the draft. La-di-da. We don't really need to talk much about that, right? I sent one that didn't have updated draft orders, so ignore that one. But do my most recent one. I'll go through them. All right, then Will Anderson over Jalen Carter in this regard, so that's interesting. So D'Amico Ryans, he gets his edge rusher set for the future. That's cool. So I imagine this one was experimenting with what happens to the Bears if they lose out on this. I feel like it's super highly unlikely that this happens, that the Bears move to 4 and they don't see a Will Anderson or a Jalen Carter. But in this case, they go Paris Johnson. Me personally, I'd be trying to find one of those quarterback teams to move up and just move down and go ahead and then just take a guy there. If I'm the Bears, just start acquiring more picks. But kind of is what it is. They get Paris Johnson. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I think the Bears are okay at tackle. If they really don't feel that good about Larry Borom, because I thought Larry Borom was all right. I really did. They could go after a Caleb McGarry. So, I think I would want to trade down and just maybe get like a Tyree Wilson, Miles Sanders, or something. Anywho, the Seahawks stay put. They get Miles Murphy. I said Miles Sanders. Miles Murphy. Miles Murphy, that's a good pickup. Everyone's kind of projecting this to be edge. Right now, the popular pick there is Tyree Wilson. And then we see CJ Stroud. Okay, this is the other trade up. We got Lions trading back picking up. Okay, that's interesting. I actually like this trade back for the Lions because you really think the only other team that might go corner is the Eagles. So you trade back, you still kind of get the corner you kind of want to pick. So I like that. Yeah, Braxton Jones are left, but it's the right tackle that people are kind of concerned about and why they would probably go with tackle, or I say probably why they could go with tackle. So Panthers move up, get CJ Stroud. I actually like Stroud under Frank Reich. The Raiders go get Will Levis. I think the Raiders are a popular spot for quarterback. And then Tyree Wilson going to the Falcons. They need pass rush. They really do. I think they're starting to form a pretty nice nucleus there at the corner. At the corner position. They could probably grab a guy maybe day 2 if they really want at the corner position. I think just try to get a high-end pass rusher here. And then the Lions, man, they trade back and they get Devon Witherspoon. That's kind of like the best case scenario. But I like this here. Instead of going with, I think Christian Gonzalez would be the next guy. The Eagles go with Brian Branch because, well, stinking CJ Chauncey Gardner, CJ Johnson, Chauncey Gardner Johnson. I'm just going to refer him to as that, CJ Gardner Johnson, whatever. He is a free agent. And the Eagles, tomorrow I do kind of like a cap casualties video. So I kind of go over all the possible cuts for each team. And depending on how the void years work with the Eagles, it still looks like they're going to be pretty tight on cap. So that could be it there. And then right here, the tight ends. I assume with Paris Johnson off the board, you go ahead. If Washington, they want to move up, get Anthony Richardson, then go right ahead. I think tight ends actually would be a good trade down spot too if Anthony Richardson's still on the board. So the Texans, they just go defense. So I do see the point of getting in front of the Texans. It's just with me, I really disagree. I get the what if scenario with the Texans, but I think they're going quarterback. I could be wrong, but it is what it is. Oh, I could expand this? What the heck? I didn't know that. Anywho, Peter Skoronski going to the Jets. I actually think the idea of any of the tackles going here to the Jets is a good call. I really like that. Right now, Derek Carr apparently had a good visit with the Jets. So that might be a better scenario for the Jets, considering they won't have to give up trade picks for Aaron Rodgers. All right, what do we have here next? We have Lucas Van Ness to the Patriots. Lucas Van Ness, no lie, kind of feels like a Bill Belichick type of guy. And then, we know this is make-believe when the Packers are taking a wide receiver, even though they probably should. But they get Quentin Johnson. I like that. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will come out of his darkness retreat and be like, yo, yeah, let me get at least a Devontae Adams-like player. So they grab him there. And then Broderick Jones, tight ends, they trade back. That's pretty solid. We're going to move up here. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over here. There we go. Joey Porter going to the Steelers. Everyone and their mom's mocking it. I get it. I understand. Lions go with Drew Sanders. Drew Sanders, I think, could end up being a hot riser just because he's probably going to test out really well. Brian Brazee. William Golston is a free agent. And I'm trying to think who else they have out there. Well, I mean, shoot. Logan Hall is more of a under... can't see that far down. Well, we're not looking that far down, are we? Oh, I see what you're saying. Ta-da! That's what the bottom looked. Okay, I'll be more conscious about that in the next one. There we go. Anywho, Brian Brazee, talent's fallen. He's gonna test really well. He's high end. Osiris Torrance, I think that's a good spot for the Seahawks. They go with an interior player because really it's been that guard position. Like Damon Lewis, they probably want to get more from him, but I could see Gabe Jackson being cut. So they go with him there. They also will need a center. So like honestly, like John Michael Schmitz could be in play for Seahawks too. Jackson Smith and Njigba. Keenan Allen. They could move on, but Jackson Smith and Njigba is just not the receiver they need. He really isn't. If y'all haven't already, by the way, go ahead and hit that like button for me. That would mean oh so much to me. We got Jordan Addison going to the Giants. They actually move up. So Baltimore trades down. Oh man, this is interesting. Baltimore trades down and don't get a receiver. It's like you trade down, like you would. What's up, bud? You would think they'd stay put, probably take Jordan Addison here, because I really think the Ravens are probably going to try to go for a receiver in the first round. Interesting. Keeler Ringo going to the Vikings. Don't know if Keeler Ringo, maybe press man. I don't know, man. I like him better in like a press, maybe like a press cover 3 quarters type of defense. So that might be exactly the scheme fit. You want let out now? You want to hijack the stream? All right, what else we got? We got Michael Mayer. Everyone, their mom's projecting tight end to the Jags, just because Michael Mayer always seems to fall. He's the best talent left on the board. On top of that, okay, Corey Davis. He ain't no. Corey Davis ain't helping Lamar Jackson. Brandon Cooks, you can make a point there, but also that's a lot of cap space if they plan to try to extend Lamar. Ignore the next one. Okay, Ryder, I got you. Blah, 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 blah. See, I don't see the Ravens like moving down and then take it like Keon White. Like they just want edge. I know it's a different type of edge player than what they have currently, but it's like I just don't see that. All right, let's scroll down. So Kalijah Kancey, I got to move up. Got it. All right, so Zay Flowers going to the Cowboys makes all the sense in the world. They were looking for a speed option during the season. Someone that could stretch the field, OBJ, T.Y. Hilton. So definitely could see that. Antonio Johnson, they need safety help. They just lack depth there. Let's see. Kalijah Kancey is he actually would be a good fit. Like, remember, they drafted Zachary Carter. They used him quite a bit this year. And just didn't really work out at least worked out to the degree they wanted. Cam Smith. I don't think the Saints need more corners. I think they need pass rush. Like, this is such a good edge class. Like, I feel like you probably take a swing on one of the edge talents here. Or Bijan. Bijan actually be pretty sick for the Saints. I forgot he was still on the board. Going to the Eagles. He's not going to fall this far, but it's really hard to project him. And then Siaki Ika, big meaty boy in the middle there with Chris Jones. They don't really have that. Was it Kalen Saunders? I don't know. He's been like, he's a reserve probably at best at this point in his career. Let's go ahead and bounce out of this one. So you said, all right, this is yours, right? I'm just going to go ahead and jump it. All right. Open in the browser. Bring the browser over here. Yeah, no. I know, Mark. That mock draft database, they include 32 picks. No need to fret on that. All right. Yo, look at this. What is this? All right. It feels like too much. Okay, so Jalen Carr goes number 1. So I'm assuming this is a no trade one, which is fine. This is courtesy of Zach. What up, bro? So Jalen Carter, Bryce Young going to Cardinals, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud. Really nothing to talk about. It's kind of like paint by the numbers, I think, right now, which is fine. We got Tyree Wilson, which is a very popular pick to Seattle right now. Very popular mock. So let's see. We got Miles Murphy. Usually this one we see is Devon Witherspoon. Kind of is what it is. Uh, they could go either way. They could probably, I don't know. I just don't think there'll be a corner there available for him. As we can see, there is though. At pick 18, but we'll see. Will Levis going to the Raiders. It's fine. Lucas Van Ness, man. Hello to the top 10, dude. Watch out, man. He's getting that type of love. Watch out. You love Tyree Wilson for some reason? Yeah. A lot of people do, man. He's big and long. Anywho, Anthony Richardson. So Frank Reich gets his project here. And then we see the Eagles. They go with Devon Witherspoon. It just makes too much sense for the Eagles to go corner here. It's just one of the best values on the board. Peter Skoronski is the first tackle off the board. Okay. I like putting Paris Johnson in there just because you don't have the length concerns. But there's going to be a lot of people that think Peter Skoronski is the best offensive line, period, in this draft, which is fine. And I tend to agree. Quentin Johnston going to the Texans. So, okay, they grab his weapon there, which is perfect. Paris Johnson going to... Let me just adjust this real quick. Paris Johnson going to the Jets. I kind of explained, like I've explained ad nauseum why going tackle here makes so much sense for the Jets, because it allows them to do other things with their offensive line, so they ensure the best players are playing there. They need to bring back Connor Montgomery. He was a solid center for him. Hopefully Lincoln Tomlinson steps up his game. Other guard spot, Elijah Vera Tucker, man. You don't know, like you grab a tackle, you could keep Vera Tucker there at guard, and now you have Paris Johnson, Mekhi Becton, Paris Johnson, Max Mitchell. They still have Dwayne Brown, so makes a lot of sense. What up, Hoodlum? How you doing, bro? And then we got Brian Branch to the Patriots. Just feels like a freaking Patriots type of pick. All right, we're living in this world of make-believe again where the Packers do the right thing. But no, getting Addison would be pretty nice. Like that, getting that type of separator at both the vertical and horizontal level. Broderick Jones going to Washington. I really like Samuel Cosmi at tackle. So, I mean, I imagine if you're getting Jones is maybe an upgrade over Leno, who's actually played reasonably good. I just don't think tackle is the spot for Washington, but they can make it work. They definitely can. Let's go ahead and move on over to the other side of this. As we got Christian Gonzalez going to the Steelers. I think that's a good fit for Mike Tomlin. Joey Porter. I don't know if Joey Porter is exactly the right fit for Aaron Glenn's defense, but his defense is pretty versatile, so I'm not opposed to it. Osiris Torrance going to the Bucks. Definitely that left guard spot, I believe, because Shaq Mason was playing right guard, was problematic last year, so that makes sense. Brian Brazee going to the Seahawks. So they're just all kinds of, like, this is the thing, man. I feel like Tyree Wilson and Byron Brazee, they play similar roles on passing downs. It's a thing. I just don't like Jackson Smith and Jigba to the Chargers. I think they need speed. Zay Flowers, though, going to the Ravens, though, get their wide receiver. Kalijah Cansey's interested here for Minnesota. Get that penetrator on the interior. Here I don't. I'm not positive Dalvin Tomlinson's a free agent, so could. Now you want to be let back in, Gojo? I swear, dude. Why am I at your whim? Why am I at your whim, Gojo? You want to say hi to everybody? Want to say hi to the people, Gojo? All right, what else we got cooking here? We got Michael Mayer penciling in. It's an easy place to mock Michael Mayer's to the Jags with Evan Ingram, free agent. Keyshawn Butte, man, unless that dude tests out phenomenally and some of his concerns are checked out. Tomlinson is indeed a free agent. Okay. I don't think that dude's gonna go in the first round. Don't drink from my water, bro. All right, and then Bijan going to the Bills. We got Trenton Simpson, so they get a legit off-ball linebacker. Though I think they probably did well with Damone Clark. They also have Jabril. They could bring back Vander Esch. So I really feel like they'll probably go for a sexier pick here, like Bijan. Let's see how far this sucker goes down. Almost to 31. Oh. Okay, so that one basically almost works out. Okay. So Bijan, yeah, I mean, a lot of their problems, though, they need to figure out their offensive line, or else Bijan ain't gonna do nothing for them. Anton Harrison, we know the Bengals need tackles. Mozzie Smith, get a little meat. They actually have some big free agents on the interior of that offensive or that defensive line. They got David Onyemata. His void years are up, so I think technically he's a free agent. And then Shai Tuttle. So Mozzie Smith could be a hot riser, man, depending on how he tests out, because apparently it's supposed to be phenomenal. Nolan Smith going to the Eagles. I feel like he's like eventually going to be like a long, like, it's like Harrison Reddick, man. That would be kind of the role you want him to play. The thing is, Harrison Reddick still has 2 years on his deal. Tyreek Stevenson, I don't feel like the Chiefs need to go corner. They've already invested in a ton of young corners recently. Trent McDuffie, Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson. So, yeah, that was all right, Mock. That was all right. All right, let's see what else we got here. This one's from Despacinica. Oh, reading a weep. Okay, I don't do trades because predicting them is stressing me out. Stresses me out too, bro. Anytime I got to do a video with trades. All right, we're going to move this sucker over here. Let me pull back up this. We're going to make it big. I'll pop this down here. So no trades. Jalen Carter. Okay, just there we go. Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud. Do we really need to do trades? It almost plays out this way the whole time. Anywho, Tyree Wilson. This is nuts. Brian Brazee. I do like the idea of Brazee next to Aleem McNeil, but you are really betting on that you could develop him, kind of reel him back, because he does play a bit undisciplined. Like you can tell, just his vision in the backfield is not there all the time. But I do like seeing Brian Brazee still in the top 10. He's not a bad prospect by any means. We have Paris Johnson going to the Raiders. This is probably where I would have gone. Will Levis kind of is what it is. Miles Murphy to the Falcons, to be expected. Quentin Johnston. Whoa, we're not taking Will Levis at all? Like, dude, he warrants a top 10 pick. Like, if you're taking a swing at quarterback, like, listen, I'm not even a big Will Levis fan. But if I'm a team that needs quarterback, I'm taking a swing. If I'm the Panthers, they go Quentin Johnston. I mean, I like the move for whatever, I guess, quarterback they bring in tow there. Let's see. We got Devon Witherspoon going to the Eagles. Then Peter Skoronski. Okay, so corner, tackle, those are to be expected. Edge. See, this is where I really think Lucas Van Ness could probably go. I feel like he's kind of a D'Amico Ryans type of player on the defensive line. So I think there's a good chance he could end up the pick here. Brian Branch, I love that pick to the Jets, me personally. Do I think that'll happen? Could. Christian Gonzalez going to the Patriots. Pretty solid. Michael Mayer, again, another one a lot of people like to pencil in if they don't want to put Mayer to the Jags. There's Will Levis going to Washington. Listen, man. If I'm willing to take him at 16, I'm probably taking him at 9. That's just the case. But I mean, basically, you get your quarterback right there, huh? All right, let's scroll up, see the rest of this sucker. All right, so we got Joey Porter going to the Steelers, another popular mock spot. Keely Ringo. Keely Ringo is kind of an interesting one for Aaron Glenn's defense. Cam Smith, the dude's going to really have to test out well. A lot of people don't believe he's a high-end athlete compared to the rest of the corners in this class. So there's a real chance he falls today too. Osiris Torrance, kind of already talked about why that's good. Jordan Addison, again, there we go. That's the type of receiver they need. Speed, speed, speed. Bijan Robinson to the Ravens makes sense. He's also just tough to predict where he goes. Jackson Smith to Jigba. They go receiver if they don't like a corner. At this point, I think that's fine. Jalen Hyatt, I don't know why the Jags would go receiver this early. Like, they invested draft capital to pick up Calvin Ridley. They have Christian Kirk. They have Zay Jones. Like, you could I have no problem with the Jags doing it on day 2, but and plus I don't think I get it. He's fast, but I don't think I would take that in the first. Trent Simpson. So the Giants, they get a linebacker because since the wide receivers kind of are off, and if they don't want to go, you know, like a Zay Flowers here. If they don't want to get smaller at wide receiver, then I get it for the Giants. But honestly, like when you have speed like Wan'Dale and Zay, man, dude, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, it worked. We're seeing it work. Zay Flowers, again, Cowboys. They were looking for a speed threat. He is a speed threat. Antonio Johnson. He's a nice safe pick. We got Broderick Jones going to, wow, man, tackle fell in this class, huh? That's wild. Siaki Ika, big meaty boy to the Saints. We're seeing that now in back-to-back drafts. Felix Anudike Uzama, big physical. This is more the type of edge I think the Eagles will probably look for. Hold on, I'm pulling something up real quick. And then we got Nolan Smith. Not exactly a what you would say Steve Spagnuolo type of edge, but I mean the talent there is really, really good. All right, let's go ahead, bounce out of this sucker. All right, random gen. Oh, I already see random generated is already in the chat. All right, let's take a gander at this. Oh, crud, it's popping up on this screen. All right, so this one looks like no trades. Yeah, it looks like no trades, so that's fine. I probably should have read what you said, Jen. All right, so we got Jalen Carter, CJ Stroud, first QB off the board. Listen, if they don't like Bryce Young's size, kind of is what it is. But this is the type of distributor that kind of works in a Shanahan type offense. I haven't really looked into what they might do offensively though. Will Anderson going to the Cards. We got Bryce Young going to the Colts. So look at that. Pans out, trade or no trade the same way. So Tyree Wilson, again, popular pick there to the Seahawks. Christian Gonzalez going to the Detroit Lions. There's Will Levis to the Raiders. So that's fine. So far, so good. Miles Murphy going to the Falcons. Jen doesn't want to take the magic carpet ride. That is Anthony Richardson to the Panthers, which could be fine, man. I get it. Some people will like him. Some people won't. Joey Porter. Wow, man. I mean, Joey Porter's a good fit. they started playing a little bit man, but they're a cover 3 defense through and through. I think he'd fit there. Broderick Jones being the first tackle off the board. Okay, then we got Quentin Johnston going to the Texans here. Peter Skoronsky going to the Jets. Jackson Smith-Njigba, I think he feels like a Patriot type of player. This is the type of guy they're looking. Someone that could legit just create after the catch. That way Mac Jones can continue to be a distributor. Oh, crud. Hold on. I gotta do this for y'all. There we go. All right. And then we got Michael Mayer going to the Packers. We've talked about that. Robert Tonyan's a free agent. Devon Witherspoon, I really think going corner here would be really good for the Washington football team. You could also make the case to take a swing on Anthony Richardson. Oh, but we do see Richardson goes to the Bucks here. Paris Johnson going to the Steelers, so they get a tackle. That's pretty solid. Brian Brazee going to the Lions, so they get some high-end prospects there. Anthony Richardson, they get the quarterback of the future. It's kind of a rebuild for the Bucks right now. Cyrus Torrence, very popular pick tonight right now to the Seahawks. Jordan Addison, they get speed. Bijan Robinson to the Ravens. Makes sense. You got to put Bijan somewhere. I really like Brian Branch to the Vikings. The thing is, with that, I mean, I'd love to believe he goes earlier, but if some teams just view him as a slot, how valuable will teams see him? You know? So we'll see about that sucker. But I like this because Jadon Sullivan could definitely be upgraded. Keely Ringo going to the Jags. I kind of like this because if you remember, Ringo was kind of like a Tyson Campbell was very similar on his coming into the league. So you're getting a Tyson Campbell-esque corner here. Though I do feel like they probably have a bigger need maybe in the slot. Because Darius Williams was at his best playing on the outside. Zay Flowers to the Giants. I was just talking about, man, getting that speed. Speed kills. Manuel Forbes, very zone, I guess. He's got a lot of zone expertise here. So it would make sense to go to Dan Quinn. Antonio Johnson, I think that's been the only pick we've seen the Bills make tonight. It is Antonio Johnson, which is fine. It makes sense. Darnell Wright being that another tackle. Bengals going tackle makes sense. Kalijah Cansey. So maybe if they really don't like Patrick Turner. Though they've been playing him on the edge, though, right? I'm not positive. But I think he's been hurt, really. But then, but I get it. Get a disruptor. I think they kind of maybe go in the way of the edge, though, potentially. Jahmyr Gibbs. Miles Sanders is a free agent, but I think there's just better value to be had if you want to go edge here. Like, there's a ton of good edge prospects here available late round. Anton Harrison going to the Chiefs if they can't bring back Orlando Brown. And also, Austin Wiley was pretty up and down this past season. So, solid draft. I just think Richardson probably goes a little higher. Let's see what other ones we got. This one's courtesy of Mark Kearns. Oh, gosh. Let's see how this looks on the... Yes. All right. Oh, Mark. You're going balls to the wall already, dude. All right, so there's a trade here. Doesn't tell me the specifics of the trade. We did hear Tennessee was definitely talking to Chicago about a trade. So they must have got something significant, but they go Bryce Young. I don't think it's out of the wheelhouse. I mean, depending on what they're willing to give up. Man, I don't even want to know what the Kings ransom is here with Bryce Young. But Texans go CJ Stroud. Then we see Will Anderson. Then we see Will Levis. This. I'm going Jalen Carter 10 times out of 10. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If I'm the Cardinals, I think I'm going Jalen Carter too. I think I'm. I know I keep saying Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, 1A, 1B. I think I'm firmly that Jalen Carter is the better prospect. But Tyree Wilson going to the Seahawks. Jalen Carter, though, Jalen Carter, Aleem McNeil, that's a freaking nutty interior. Paris Johnson going to the Raiders here. We got Devon Witherspoon. So I think they could go corner day 2, really. You could probably go Miles Murphy, Lucas Van Ness, whoever you fancy better here if you're the Falcons. There goes, speaking of which, Miles Murphy going to the Panthers. They're like, nah, we're not trying to get in that Anthony Richardson drama there. And honestly, like they need a legit pass rusher next to Brian Brazee. We got Christian Gonzalez going to the Eagles. Again, corners, just one of the best value spots there. So the trade back results in them getting Quentin Johnson. That's kind of fun. I like that. I like that quite a bit. So you're getting your young quarterback more weapons. Peter Skoronski going to the Texans. So this is what I'm thinking. You bring Skoronski in, I think he plays center. Because you got Laramie Tunzel. They have enough money. Sign that man or extend him. Titus Howard, I think it's been fine on right tackle. He was fine last year. Kenyon Green, you're hoping extends in like it's just better year 2. You could oh, you're good, Ryder. What else we got here? AJ Cann, they have AJ Cann. If he's honestly the worst part of your offensive line, I think you're in pretty solid shape. Obviously, you would like to upgrade that, but it's like center's kind of a big need for the Texans. So that's where I'm probably playing Peter Skoronski if they get him. Or, I mean, I guess you could move Howard into guard, and then you're still at a loss for center. The Discord's in the description, bud. All right, we got Brian Branch here going to the Jets. I like that one a ton. Joey Porter. I don't know if I like the fit of Joey Porter to the Patriots defense, but we've seen the Patriots do a lot of different things coverage-wise. There's another trade here. So the Bills, they trade way up to get Bijan. Again, man, unless that offensive line is solid, then my goodness. All right, I'll check out the Twitter in a little bit. I'm gonna try to get through some of these. So I'm gonna give pretty quick analysis, unless it like really knocks me off my tuchus. Brian Brazee. So they move up to get Brian Brazee. That's interesting. I don't. What would be the motivation of moving up though? I mean, I feel like I could sit at 20 and probably maybe still get Brian Brazee. Because like the Lions just got Jalen Carter. It's possible the Steelers go with Brian Brazee, but I think corner and tackle are bigger needs. It's possible that the Bucks go with Brian Brazee, but Anthony Richardson's still on the board, and on top of that, they need corner too. But I think really the top 3 corners are off the board. So I think if I'm Seahawks, I would be staying put. I just want trade. I want to move up. Broderick Jones, obviously good fit here. He's an improvement as a run blocker. Lions fans are going to hate that, bro. Lions fans are going to hate that. I'll just say that. Michael Mayer. Anthony Richardson, so start the rebuild. Cam Smith, I really feel like Cam Smith. He's got to test out well, or else I don't think he's firmly a day 2 guy. Jordan Addison, getting that speed. Jackson Smith-Njigba. I love Jackson Smith-Njigba to the Ravens. I really like that a ton. Let's see what else we got. Keely Ringo. I don't think necessarily Ringo is a good fit for Brian Flores' like press man scheme. That's just me. I don't get why are the Jags getting receivers? I don't get it. Zay Flowers, so the Giants, they go with speed here. Again, I kind of talked about how I kind of like now Zay Flowers going to the Giants. Trenton Simpson going. I feel like Dallas, they always go with a sexier position. And unfortunately, the linebackers right now aren't that sexy. We got Dalton Kincaid. So this was a trade up by Green Bay. Oh, no, they traded down. Oh, that's right. They traded with the Bills. So they traded down and got Dalton Kincaid. We have Clark Phillips, honestly, is a good fit. Again, I just kind of wonder if he's going to get moved down boards because of his size. Lucas Van Ness making it all the way down here for the Saints. Nolan Smith, I've talked about that pick to the Eagles. Anton Harrison, we talked about that. Drew Sanders, though, at pick 32 here for the Steelers. I think it's kind of nice. I think you can use that cat in a variety of different ways. So, interesting mock. Let's move on to this. Oh, gosh. How am I going to view this sucker? I'm going to have to extend this all kinds of ways. Here, open in browser. There we go. I was like, oh, gosh, do I not have open in browser? So this is via. Oh, this is you, Ryder? Wait, is this the one? Is this the one you said check out? So this is the one, right, Ryder? Look at that. Still looks all kind of wonky. Here, I'll just make it big, though. All right. So no trades. Yeah, that's wild, dude. Because that's open. Yeah, that's weird. Anywho, Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud. Again, we already know. That's kind of how a lot of people are mocking it. A lot of people are mocking Tyree Wilson, Christian Gonzalez. So insert corner here, Will Levis, Lucas Van Ness, pretty solid. And then Anthony Richardson. So far, this kind of looks par for the course. This feels like a very, like, if you were going to get a consensus on what teams would draft what positions or what players, I feel like this is very, very accurate what the consensus thinks. Let's see. We got Miles Murphy. Dude, the Eagles love their trenches. It would not shock me if that happened. Ooh, that's interesting. So tight ends get their pick of the gander here. They go with another receiver. Another big body guy. Interesting. I think I'm still knowing Derrick Henry's the how the engine to the offense. I think I'm still going with tackle there. Devon Witherspoon, I've talked about the idea of the Texans taking a corner here to pair up with Derek Stingley, and I think it's just absolutely sexy. I love the idea of tackle to the Jets. Peter Skoronski's an interesting thought here for the Patriots, most definitely. Feels like the type of player on terms of like work ethic and whatnot they would get. Jordan Addison, again, Packers. Would they really get a receiver? They should. Joey Porter, I think, is a really good fit here to Washington. And then we got Broderick Jones going to Steelers. Brian Brazee. So they snag Brazee here. Osiris Torrance going to the Bucks. Talked about that and how their left guard position was pee-pee poo-poo. Trent Simpson. So keep in mind, man, Jordan Brooks. Really, the only good thing they have at linebacker, he probably won't be starting the season because of the injury. Right. And then Darnell Wright. Chargers fans think they're good. They think they're good when it comes to the right tackle spot. I think Jamari Sawyer, move him to left guard because Matt Filer is probably a free agent, probably a cap casualty. I don't like Pipkins. He's a fine reserve. He could come in when you need him to, but I don't like him as like a starter there consistently. I like the pick of Darnell Wright. Jackson Smith and the Jigba. You get a guy that can, for the Ravens, that could create after the catch. On top of that, we have like you get a really good run blocker there. Jarrett, what up? Yo, love your videos, especially that amazing mock draft I posted today. Yeah, dude, I love that some people took it serious too. Posted my mock. It's the newest one in there. Yeah, I'll try to get to a lot of these tonight. I'm gonna try to like pump through them. Appreciate the super chat, my friend. All right. Brian Branch, I kind of talked about him to Minnesota, how I like that. Deion Banks, I really don't feel like the Jags need an outside corner right now. Like I feel like just like with the receiver, that's fine if you want to grab more depth for that position. Day 2. I don't know. Jags are kind of hard to project. I noticed no Miles. Oh, there he is. Okay. Okay, Ryder. So I love Zay Flowers to the Giants. Michael Mayer, listen, Dalton Schultz is a free agent, I get it, but they like Jake Ferguson. They like is it Peyton Hendershot, the former Indiana tight end. They like those guys. I don't think they're going tight end in the first round. Here, let me move this sucker up real quick. Let's see. Bijan to the Bills makes sense. We got Kalijah Kancey. Kind of talked about how Zach Carter played a big role this year, and you could probably upgrade from that. It wasn't the best rookie year. Nolan Smith. Saints honestly just need pass rush, so that makes sense. John Michael Schmitz is interesting. I mean, I guess you can play him at either center or guard. Landon Dickerson, you could, if you like him at guard, you could keep him at guard. But they got guys like Jack Driscoll. They've been even playing Andre Dillard at guard. Even if Samalu ends up leaving, I feel like their offensive line still got pretty good girth to it. Top of that, they just drafted the Beef Jergens last year, so I like Josh Downs. I feel like that's not the type of receiver they're looking for. I feel like the Chiefs, they have that type of role already in Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney. They're probably looking for the more like super fast, super speedy, stretch the field. So like, I guess Jalen Hyatt, but probably more so Zay Jones would be nice. Someone that actually plays football. All right. What else we got here? Oh, goodness gracious, guys. All right. After a few of these, I'm gonna jump to the Twitter ones. Are y'all putting? Let me see. Let me just make sure where y'all putting these in my. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did not see how many message requests I have. Oh, there's a lot of them. Oh no. Like there's a whole lot of them. Oh wow. Oh wow. Maybe I should have made this mock the mock viewer stream. This might have to be a 2-parter. Maybe we pick this back up on like Monday, Tuesday. Or maybe I could make this a video. No, it takes too much time just going through one, let alone many. Man, I just accepted a lot of messages. All right. No. Let me see where these start. Oh, I gotta get back to that, guys. Okay, starts right here. Okay. I'll get to those real quick. Oh, yours was the first mock of the night? How about you go back and see what I thought of it? All right, this one's courtesy of Brad L. Cow. Holy spagnoli. We could probably just keep it like that. I don't know. How's it look here? Okay. Yeah, we'll roll with that. So this one does have the trade at the beginning, so I'm curious if there are trades throughout. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we got the trade at the beginning for this one. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Anderson, Jalen Carter. It's just like clockwork, boys. It's just like clockwork. All right, on top of that, we have Tyree Wilson. Again, another popular mock spot. Devon Witherspoon, another popular mock spot. So instead of Will Levis, they go with Paris Johnson. I don't think it's out of the question depending on what they do free agency-wise. If they bring in Jimmy G, I think there's a chance they don't go quarterback. So Paris Johnson definitely would be there to be able to have someone to insert immediately at right tackle. Miles Murphy, again, they need pass rush. Will Anderson. Will Levis, Panthers, quarterback. Got to get it. Again, Eagles, man. This is such a good spot for corner, man. I don't care. Oh, we don't take corners in the first round. Maybe you should. Broderick Jones going to the Tennessee Titans here. Okay, we see Peter Skronsky go to the Jets. Okay. Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't really like that pick unless you see like John Mechie once he returns as a outside receiver. I think you're really looking for outside receivers. Granted, depending on how Jackson Smith and Jigba tests out, maybe he shows that he has the high-end athleticism to be an outside receiver in the NFL. We got Peter Skoronsky to the Jets. Quentin Johnston's interesting. I haven't seen a receiver mock to the Patriots that wasn't Jackson Smith-Njigba, so I actually like that one. Lucas Van Ness going to the Packers. Definitely could see that. He's very similar to like a Rashawn Gary type of prospect. Keely Ringo, I think he'd be a solid fit there for what's-his-face's defense. Jack Del Rio. Joey Porter, again, a very popular one there. I think Brian Branch totally works at 18. It's like, yeah, you would want to get an outside corner, but immediately this guy comes in and he's a high-end starter in the slot. Brian Brazee going to the Bucks, I feel is fine. Anthony Richardson. Listen, man. If Anthony Richardson is going at 20, I think if I'm the Bucks, I'm taking him at 19. Jordan Addison, they get speed. Bijan Robinson, another popular mock spot for the Falcons. Deontay Banks, honestly, is a really good scheme fit for Brian Flores' scheme. I might not be this high on him, but I'm not going to deny it, the type of fit he is. Michael Mayer, again, kind of one that a lot of people mock there. We got Zay Flowers going to the Giants. That one's I've been really liking. A lot of y'all have been doing linebacker to the Cowboys, and I just feel like they're gonna go with something sexier than that. Cyrus Torrance, the Bills desperately need offensive help. Period. Anton Harrison going to the Bengals. We already know they need tackle help. Kalijah Cansey, pretty solid. Tuli Tuipulotu. I don't think he goes this high. He's going to have to test out pretty darn well. And he's a guy that's going to be playing on the interior. Like, I get it. His sack numbers look good. But he was playing exclusively almost outside on the edge for USC. At 290, he's going to be playing on the interior. So there's going to be concerns with that transition. Though it should work out. I don't know if it's enough to pole vault him into the first. Then Nolan Smith. Again, not the type of guy Steve Spagnuolo would get, but really good value at this point. Or at least this juncture. All right, I'm going to pull now some of the Twitter stuff. And this one was actually sent to me by Jacob Rodriguez. He actually writes for a site here. So we're going to go into his. And y'all keep adding mocks for me. I'm going to have a cutoff point. Can't be talking all night. I got to record. Can't be losing my voice. All right. So we're going to run through his real quick. So they move up. They get Bryce Young. It's for a first, a 6. Okay. Chicago gets 2023 first, 2023 second, 2024 first, 2024 second. Okay. That's fine. All right. So we got Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Anderson, Jalen Carter. Let me ask, have y'all heard that before? I know, because that's what it is. All right. And then let's see. There's a trade. So Carolina gets a second and a first. Oh, no, my bad. I'm reading that wrong. Gets the 5th pick. Seattle gets 2 second-rounders, one in 2024 and one this year for the move. So they're probably moving up for quarterback Will Levis. I really do think if they don't go in on Derek Carr, which I don't really think they should. Like, he's fine, but I think you just shoot for the unknown in this draft. Easier said than done when your job's on the line, though. So I actually like the Panthers doing this. Detroit goes Christian Gonzalez, again, corner, kind of a popular pick. We have another trade here. Oh, a lot of trades here in the top 10. All right, so the Packers will get a 4th this year and a 2nd next year. Oh, this is for Aaron Rodgers? Well, shimmer me timbers. All right, so Green Bay, they take Paris Johnson. So this is probably going to be their either left tackle of the future or a guy you could maybe immediately play at right tackle. Later, random. Take it easy, bro. All right, we got Tyree Wilson going to the Falcons here. That's fine. Miles Murphy to the Seahawks. You trade down, still get a player you probably thought you would get at 5, so that's great. Devon Witherspoon, first corner off the board, right? Second corner, my bad. Second corner, again, just a great spot to take a corner. Peter Skoronski going to the Titans. I think they would like this guy, the grit of this guy. You could also make a case for Broderick Jones. Houston, they pair up their quarterback with receiver, and that's always a sexy thing to do in the draft. Next walk the mock is Tuesday. Ryder. All right, we got another trade. Baltimore trades a first, or they're going to get this pick, a 3rd, and you know what? I'm not. I'm not going to go over it. Oh, this is for Lamar Jackson. What is this? Dude, I don't think Lamar is leaving Baltimore. And Jawan. So they get Lamar Jackson and damaged goods. Damaged goods here. When was the last time this cat played football? And I'm a Dolphins fan. We drafted this cat. So regardless, the Ravens trade out here or trade up here and give Lamar Jackson away. They get Anthony Richardson. So kind of feels like you're starting just from square one. Why not keep all your picks and just give Lamar Jackson his money? That's what I would say. Broderick Jones. So after Isaiah Wynn didn't pan out, they're going to swing again on a Georgia tackle. I actually don't mind that. Michael Mayer again. Pencil him in here. A lot of popular spot for him. I like Brian Branch, man. I like Brian Branch here, kind of taking over the slot full time as they had Bobby McCain, who was all right in the slot, but you could probably do better. So I like that. Joey Porter going to the Steelers. Again, it's a popular mock spot. Brian Brazee, kind of another popular mock spot. It's like, because it's like you don't feel like he could fall that far. I kind of already brought up the stuff with Cam Smith. Either you're like, oh man, he's a really good prospect. I like him, but he's probably that like 3rd tier of corners in this class, or he could be in this 3rd tier of corners, but I'm not confident that he's a high enough athlete as some of the other guys in that cornerback, that tier 3 of corners, or tier 1 or tier 2, excuse me. All right, we got Trent Simpson. I kind of explained that in the last mock, how that works out. We got all these trades, and suddenly no trades. Jackson, I don't like Jackson Smith and Jigba. I get it. Okay, Keenan Allen could be a cap casualty. I thought, what is it? Josh Palmer did an all right job in the Keenan Allen role. I think if you're gonna bring in anybody, you want to bring someone who's a legit like separator, which is Jordan Addison, who's actually going to the Ravens with this pick. Oh, sorry, my nose is itching. Ugh. All right, so we got Keely Ringo going to the Minnesota Vikings. Not sure he's the best fit for Flores' scheme, but I understand. Just got on it instead of asking Broshmo because I'm sure it's been said multiple times. Can anyone in the chat tell me how I submit a mock draft? I think I'm going to put that cutoff right now. I think I'm already knee deep in a ton of them right now, guys. There's a good chance I'm not going to get to all of these tonight. There's a lot of them. Sorry if I don't. All right, we got Osiris Torrance. I actually really like this pick. I thought guard was a big problem spot for the Jags. So there's a spot the Jags can go. Zay Flowers, I love the idea of just getting more speed. Bijan going to the Cowboys. I get it. There's a chance that Pollard could get hit with the franchise tag. But I mean, this just totally feels like a Cowboys pick. Antonio Johnson, we kind of understand why the Bills would go in that direction. Same with this pick. We've seen this pick a bunch tonight. Lucas Van Ness making it all the way down here. I do really think he's going to go higher than this, though, but the Saints do need edge help. Let's see. We got Keon White. This is more of the cup of tea in terms of type of edge rusher I think they might be looking for. And then basically you're replacing Orlando Brown with a guy who has the thickness, the length of Orlando Brown. So it's Cody Mach, a guard or a tackle. I think he's a project guard. All right, so we got that one. All right, let's see. All right, Abdul. I got yours right here. Is there a way I could view it from the... Nope, I got to bring it up like this. There we go. All right. So in this one, man, I'll just have to make it look bigger. There we go. All right, so we have to trade at number 1, Bryce Young to the Colts. Any other trades in here? I like to look for that first. Doesn't look like it. Okay, good. Nope, we got the Panthers right here trading up. Then Will Levis. So says Stroud, they go with Levis. Remember, there's the whole Deshaun Watson's agent is also CJ Stroud's agent. So, so there's a case to be made that they don't go to CJ Stroud. Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson. Here we have the trade up. So CJ Stroud. I don't think the Raiders go with Anthony Richardson. I don't think Josh McDaniels is in the market for a project quarterback or a developmental quarterback right now. I think even if they bring in like a Jimmy G or a Jacoby Brissett, I don't think they're in the market. They would love to either get CJ Stroud or Will Levis. So I feel like even if they go with one of those free agents, they're probably going to go with another position. All right, so we got Miles Murphy going to the Falcons, Devon Witherspoon to the Lions. Eagles grabbing Christian Gonzalez. All these make sense. Paris Johnson makes sense. We talked about what's sexy about taking a wide receiver at 12 for the Texans to pair up with the quarterback, Peter Skoronski. Broderick Jones kind of brought that up. Do you really want to go down the Georgia tackle well one more time? Oh, here. Let me move this up real quick. There we go. Michael Mayer, definitely a guy to pencil in. I just got done talking about the Brian Branch pick to Washington, how that works. Let's see. Okay, we got Anton Harrison going to Steelers here. Really feel like the Steelers are gonna end up taking a tackle here. It just felt like Mike Tomlin was just so entrenched in the tackles during the Senior Bowl. And remember, I was saying this last year when, man, like Tomlin was really into the quarterbacks last year at the Senior Bowl. So I feel like when it comes to me having to predict, I really predict it's going to be a tackle. But unfortunately, I probably predict it's going to be a tackle we saw at the Senior Bowl. So Darnell Wright, DeJuan Jones, I think are those guys. We got Bijan Robinson going to the Lions. I think that's actually really cool. Lucas Van Ness going to the Bucks. Basically an upgrade over Anthony Nelson, who also came from Iowa. Fun fact. They need more pass rush regardless. This has been a popular one for the Seahawks. Speed, love it to the Chargers. Jackson Jigba, good fit for the Ravens. I feel like Deonte Banks is the corner that should go here. I don't think Joey Porter's a good fit for Brian Flores. Not to say it won't work or that it can't work, but I feel like the fit there is just kind of... Tell me why Bryce Young is different than Tua. Undersized, played behind an elite line. You thought the line was elite? Okay, it was fine. What injury? Okay, cool. John, what injury history? Oh, well, Bryce Young got hurt this year. History. Was that it? He got hurt once? Okay. He's got a better arm than Tua. Honestly, I like him better. I think he processes the field a lot better than Tua as well. I think he's quicker. Tua, you could still, even this year, you could see where Tua will misread defenses. Like Tua's out there throwing to spots. And if he misreads a defense or he misreads what his receiver's doing on an option route. Okay, Bama's line was pretty darn good this year, though. Like, it wasn't bad. They had good players on the line. It just wasn't nearly as great as we're accustomed to. But, yeah. Just miss me with the injury history. He's small and gets hurt a lot. He got hurt once. Elite, though, I think it was... I mean, if we're going to talk about offensive lines in college football, it was definitely top 20, Luis. Like, we can't deny that. We can't deny it was probably a top 20 line in college football. It wasn't elite, at least compared to past standards. Correct. But compared to the rest of college football, that was a pretty good line. Yeah, and Tua had weapons. We saw Bryce Young last year with weapons. It was great. This year, he was still making things happen. Oh, by the way, did y'all hear, was it Trayshawn Holden from Alabama? He transferred to Oregon, and he just got kicked off the team because he got arrested. Could scroll through the video, but thought it'd be easier just to ask if you had done mine. Kirito, yours is in the Twitter, correct? I have not gotten to yours, but I need to start hurrying, because holy moly, man. I want to at least try to get to a ton of y'all's. Antagonize a Broshmo is like poking a teddy bear. Wow. I'm not that cute and cuddly. Well, at least I'm not that cute. Cuddly, though, for days. Jags, I feel like they need a slot more than they need a outside corner. I love Zay Flowers. Brian Brazee, I feel like they need a more meteor guy. They kind of already have penetrators in like Osa Odigizua. Steve, okay, we should really start talking about potentially that next tier of interior players potentially going at 27, I guess. I'm ready to have that conversation now. I've seen it a few times, not necessarily to the Bills, but like with like other guys, but John Michael Schmitz, Steve Avila, I think they start to get in the conversation here at 27 for the Bills. Darnell Wright going to the Bengals, tackle. We seen Cansey a bunch tonight. Josh Downs, it's fun. I feel like Downs, he's just that fringe first round guy, Then DeJuan Jones. to the Chiefs. We get it. It makes sense. Let me show you all that real quick because I forgot. Sometimes I get to talking and I forget I need to adjust some of this. Oh man, I literally just closed my Twitter. I forgot that was on my Twitter. Go to my messages. All right, that one was Abdul. Oh man, I can't pronounce your name, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call you Zaid. All right, this one. We're gonna have to do the same crap with this, huh? All right, this one is courtesy of question mark. Or should I say question mark? Salah, can I just call you Salah? There's a lot of words. Abdul Rahman. Yeah, no, I'm gonna call you Salah. I'm gonna call you Robert. Robert Salah. All right, let's check out this one from question mark. All right, we got Jalen Carter, Brian Brown. Why do I keep saying that? Bryce Young, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, Tyree Wilson, Devon Witherspoon, Will Levis, Miles Murphy, Anthony Richardson. Okay, all first-time picks, par for the course. Then we get the curveball, Brian Brazee. I kind of love the idea of Brian Brazee. And sneak in Jordan Davis. There we go. Jordan Davis. Wow, I blanked. I wanted to say Jordan Reed so bad, but I knew that wasn't it. Jordan Davis. I like the idea of them on the interior of the line. I'm not going to lie. Broderick Jones going here. Over Paris Johnson, so I get it. If that's your thing, then go for it. Blah, 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 blah. And Jordan Addison, we kind of talked about why it's nice pairing up a receiver with a quarterback. Paris Johnson, love the tackle pick for the Jets. Peter Skoronski kind of feels like a Patriot type of player. Serious question, though. Biggest QB riser outside the top 4? Jake Hayner? I mean, if we want to go real late, I think Holton Ahlers from ECU legit is. We're going to see that guy in a camp somewhere. I don't know if he did enough to be drafted because he's kind of like, isn't he like, I think he's like a southpaw. I don't know if he's a southpaw. I think he is a southpaw, but he's got this short, stupid little motion. All right, we got Lucas Van. Here we go. There we go. Lucas Van Ness going to the Packers. Christian Gonzalez to Washington. See, I'm just kind of looking for picks that stand out. Oh, Lions fans are going to hate you for that, bro. Anton Harrison's an interesting one. I think Donovan Smith could be an interesting cap casualty, but I don't think they'll do it. Osiris Torrance going there. Let's see. Again, just don't like Jackson Smith-Njigba to the Chargers. Cam Smith. I'm not going to keep railing on Cam Smith tonight. So y'all kind of already know what I feel about him. Or at least where I'm at right now. I love the Antonio Johnson pick to the Jags. That's actually one of my favorite picks. Because I'm actually not a big believer in Rayshon Jenkins. I think he's fine. He's adequate, but he could be upgraded upon. Quentin Johnson, man, making it all the way to 25 for the Giants is insane. Yeah, at Broshmo, and I'll try to respond. This is a different type of stream where I'm a little less in the comment section just because I'm having to do a lot more talking about what's going on here because I'm trying to critique y'all's drafts. Let's see, where are we at? Oh, you had Johnson go ahead of Brian Branch. That's kind of blasphemy. I would have taken Brian Branch. Keely Ringo feels like a Dan Quinn corner. Let's see. We got DeJuan Jones, Dolan Smith. Will McDonald's interesting there. Well, actually, Will McDonald and BJ Ojulari are very interesting in terms of they're not the usual type of players that those teams take on the offensive line or defensive line, excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and get into this next one. News free date. I know you're in the chat, my friend. Oh man, you screenshot this on your phone. Let me just try to make this bigger. Actually, I'm going to try to do this. Nope, it's just making Twitter bigger. Okay, I guess I'm doing this. All right, so the trade up for Will Levis. Ooh la la. Yeah, maybe they put out that smoke screen that, hey, hey, yeah, no, we love Bryce Young. What do you think the Ravens need, Bijan or Robinson? I say Sesame. That's a joke. That's a joke there. PFF had Bijan named as Sesame Robinson on their mock draft simulator for some reason a few days ago. Oh, big faux show. I just Google imaged this and then added my stuff to it. All right, so let's look at the rest of this draft. Stroud, so Panthers straight up. Broderick Jones, okay. Some of y'all have Broderick over Paris Johnson. I could get behind that. We see Tyree, Lucas Van Ness, Christian Gonzalez. See any picks that just really like stick in my craw? I don't see any thus far. Pierce Skoronsky. Interesting. I kind of like showed my hand. I think Mike Tomlin's gonna go with one of the offensive linemen from the Senior Bowl. There's Anthony Richardson going to the Bucks. Let's see. Oh, see, Emmanuel Forbes. It's just right now, Emmanuel Forbes ain't going to be a fit for that defense, unfortunately. He ain't going to be a fit. If this was Donatello, then yes, but with Flores there, it's going to be vastly different. He ain't going to be a fit. There we go. Bijan to the Saints. I like that. There we go. That got me all hot and bothered. All right, that's a solid mock draft. I really think, like, there's a chance Will Levis goes first overall. Would I do it? No, but there's a chance. All right, this one is via Kirito. There we go. What's your favorite draft moment all time? I don't know, but I really enjoyed, did I say Donatello? Whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Little Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo. There we go. Named them all. Wasn't the girl, they did the live action TV series. Wasn't the girl like Venus or something? It was something weird, right? There we go. There's the... Oh my gosh. Kirito. The balls on this man. Like, if y'all didn't see the pick I was talking about, oh man, we'll talk about it in a sec. All right, Kirito. I liked when I don't really have an all-time favorite draft moment, but I did like when... All right, later writer. I did like when Roger Goodell did it from his basement. At least what I assumed was his basement. Bryce Young, we have the trade there. We have trades in general in this one. So the Bears trade back twice. And then get Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm not necessarily in love with that one, Kirito. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm a little indifferent on that one. Admittedly, I'm indifferent. But we see they go Bryce Young, and then okay, hold on, dude, you can't tell me, you can't tell me that the Texans aren't going quarterback at some point. Where is Anthony Richardson off the board at all in any of? I don't even see him in the draft. Man, Kirito, man, you brought up a very interesting mock draft, my friend. I'll say that. All right, let's talk a little bit about this one. I like the Panthers moving up, going out, getting a quarterback. Bears moved down twice, is what it is. If they can do it, cool, and they feel comfortable with it, fine. Then get whoever they want at 9, is what it is. Will Levis. So the Raiders go with a tackle and really have no one at quarterback, but the Falcons go quarterback. I might switch those. Let's see. We also got Jordan Addison, Willie Anderson. Those are the picks there. I get the Jordan Addison pick though. Packers move up. Oh no, this is the Aaron Rodgers trade. I could tell the Jets don't have a pick any longer. So this is Aaron Rodgers trade. I probably should have read your comments, dude. Aaron Rodgers trade. Okay, can confirm. All right. So let's look at the rest of this one. My bad. I gotta remember. To move this sucker. Joey Porter. Okay, nothing too out of the normal there. Broderick Jones, Brian Brazee, Tanner McKee. I know there's some people that really like Tanner McKee in the first round. I just think because of the lack of mobility, man, he's gonna be a day 2 guy. I really do. Elimination Chamber is tomorrow, and I'm super excited. I can't wait. Let's see. Check out my last message. I'll catch you whenever next stream is, bro. I'm gonna go hit some leg. Oh, legs suck. So, fun fact: back when I used to work out, and I didn't used to be obesely out of shape. But back when I was like in really good shape and like I was hitting it hard, did it because Justin said he wanted. Oh, that's actually okay, Kirito. I'm liking that a lot better. I forgot. The Fields JSN connection. Good call. So back when I was in like going hard, I wasn't like I was toned. I wasn't like big, but I was trying to get big. It was get big or die trying, and I guess I'm dying at this point. But whenever I would do legs, like my legs were always have been super strong, except for they look like freaking chicken legs. I hate it. Cause this is the thing. I'd rather have great looking, like good toned up, nice looking legs and be able not to lift that much because I hate leg day anyway, rather than strong legs, but hey, your genetics sucks, so your legs aren't going to look all that great. Kind of hated it. Tanner McKee's a hot take. I'll say that. I think he's going to be day 2-ish, mid day 2, because of, well, one, lack of production. Teams aren't going to like that. Though you do got to consider the circumstances and then the lack of mobility. DeJuan Jones, I actually kind of like that pick. Let's see. We got Miles Murphy here. Who's winning the U.S. title? I feel like Austin Theory retains. Manuel Forbes, I kind of talked about why he might not be a good fit for Flores. We got Josh Downs here. I'd rather Zay Jones or Zay Flowers. Because, I mean, just give me the speed. Yo, Michael Wilson's such a freaking hot take. Listen, if things pan out with his medicals, I think he'll be a top 50 guy. I can't see him going to the first round, though. But he is an NFL-ready wide receiver. Nothing else too out of the ordinary here, though. Okay. I see you, Kirito. All right. This one's... Oh, this one was just asking me a question. So is this... And... Okay, cool. I've already hit the Twitter ones. I was worried I wasn't gonna get those done. All right. I hit all the Twitter. Let's see how many of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, guys, straight up. Newsfeed, you sent me too? Come on, bro. All right. We're gonna speed run. We're gonna speed run these, right? We're gonna speed run these, all right? And then we'll do a little chatting. All right. Let's get this party started. All right. Panthers, freaking guys, man. Oh, freaking guys. Always something. Freaking something. I was here ready to say, okay, first 4 picks, par for the course. We've seen tight ends trade up to 1. We've seen a lot of Colts, and now we get the Panthers. All right, Fataz. Let's do it. How many? I'm gonna look through this thing real quick. I want to know exactly how many trades are in this one. Oh, that's too big. I'll just keep it like this. I sent them both. That's this. Oh, it's the same one. Just skip it. Cool news. Thank you for letting me know that. I see the Cardinals trade. Oh, and then I didn't even notice the Lions moving up. Wait. The Lions gave up 2 first rounders, dude? The Lions they swapped first rounders and they gave away the 18th pick? Bro, no! Oh, no. Come on, man. All right, so we got Panthers getting Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Jalen Carter. Detroit's giving up 18. And, oh, dude, no. No. Oh. There will be more involved in return. Okay. I'm here like, no. Listen, I'm terrible when it comes to like draft capital and trading and whatnot. But I know when I don't like it, when I see a trade that's like, this looks sussy as hell. Golly. All right. I just said I was going to try to speed run these so I could at least get to all y'all's. All right. So far, looking good. There's Will Levis, Pierce Johnson, Miles Murphy, Chicago Bears. They moved down. Okay, they moved down there because of the trade. Okay. Peter Skoronski. We got Christian Gonzalez. Quentin Johnson to Tennessee. We saw that one earlier tonight. That's solid. I've kind of talked about him a little indifferent about Jackson Smith and Jigba to Houston. Some of these are pretty par for the course. There goes Witherspoon. Nice. There's Anthony Richardson. So Osiris Torrance. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. That's super sexy. I kind of like the Cardinals picks here. And there's another. You said there was 3 trades. So we had the Cardinals. We had the Panthers. Am I missing one? Is there one I'm just not seeing right now? Is there another trade I'm just not seeing right now? I don't see the other trade. Unless I'm just miscounting. All right. Cam Smith, again, I'm not going to rag on Cam Smith all night. Not that I'm ragging on. I'm just saying, let's wait till the combine. Oh, that's why I was here. Okay. Okay. Freaking Jets and the Packers, man. It looks like they have the same logo. So this is the Aaron Rodgers trade. Okay, that's fair. Drew Sanders. Okay. Jordan Addison. Added more edge. Don't you feel like this is like David Ojabo? Like this is what they want David Ojabo to be. Okay, solid draft. Solid draft. Get me out of here. Freaking my phone's blowing up now. Great. All right, Connor. This is a Panthers draft. So this is Connor's. So this is a 7-round mock. So it's he moves up to 4, CJ Stroud. Oh, so you gave up a first rounder to move up? Okay. Man, I guess it's to get your guy. Go for it. But I feel like next year's class is going to be really good. I'd be willing to give up maybe one of my second round picks to move up instead. And I think you'd probably still get away with it. Thought Henley had a good Senior Bowl. Like the look of him. I like Henley too. Linebacker rankings come out Monday. Yes. All right. Felix DK. Darnell Washington. Drew Sanders ain't going to the third, bud. I get it. He may have been available on the dock, but he ain't gonna be there, bud. There goes Noah Sewell. So you double up on linebacker. There's Zach Evans, Shaw Torrance. Okay, I mean these late day picks are kind of like, they're legit, kind of like whatever. Oh, they gave him an A. Well, I mean, shoot, I'm surprised. Wow, I'm surprised they gave Drew Sanders a D grade. Cause like Drew Sanders is top 50 guy. It's kind of shocking. All right. We got one guy, Kev. One guy, Kev. All right. Oh, beautiful. No trades. Thank the Lord. Oh, man. I can't handle trades right now. All right. So we got Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, Tyree Wilson, Devon Witherspoon, par for the course here. They opt not to go Will Levis, which, again, totally possible. Instead, we see Paris Johnson, Lucas Van Ness, Will Levis, Jordan Addison. Ooh, to the Titans there. That's interesting. There's Miles Murphy. Ooh, man, I think he would love that. Bengals said some teams could skip a QB because next year's class is so this is okay. This is my take. News free. All right, so let's read the rest of this. This QB class is better, but do you see any teams grabbing their guy and waiting? So in bad QB classes, yes. This isn't a bad QB class. It's really not. Like, Stroud's good. Bryce Young are good. Those are 2 top 10 quarterbacks. You have Will Levis, arguably top 20, basically makes him a top 10 quarterback. You got Anthony Richardson, who has all these bonker tools, man. Like, legit, look at Lamar coming out. He ends up going 32. A lot of teams are regretting that. So you got 4 quarterbacks there that are probably top 20. So it's not a bad class. The thing is, if you are in position to draft a quarterback highly, and I make this argument, I would say I'd make this argument for Young, Stroud, Levis. And then with Anthony Richardson, I feel like you're a team that's either at the beginning of a rebuild or you have the luxury to develop a guy because you already have a solid starter right now, but he isn't like a top 10, top 12 quarterback. Kind of like your Jared Goffs, Geno Smith. I feel like those are the 2 best examples. Kirk Cousins. So this is the thing. When it comes to looking at the next draft class, you don't know what next year's class is going to behold. Like, a lot of teams last year didn't select quarterback early because they thought the 2023 class is going to have a ton of great quarterbacks. And then we get here, and now we're looking at 4 quarterbacks in the first round. one is so divisive between people with Will Levis. The other is a total project right now at Anthony Richardson. You're really looking at maybe two. You don't look ahead to the next draft class because you don't know what changes in a year. You don't know who's going to decide to be eligible for that class or who's going to declare for that class. You don't know where you're going to be drafted. Maybe you won't even be in a spot to take a high-end quarterback in that class. So now you're going to have to give up a ton of draft capital. I say if you're in a position to get quarterback now, you do it. With Anthony Richardson, though, I think it's a bit more situational. Why is Miles fallen? Because his production wasn't like all that hot this year. The only draft in the past decade I would have waited for. Yeah, the Trevor Lawrence draft was studded. By the way, Tanner McKee was from the same recruit class as Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. So you had Justin Fields, you had Trevor Lawrence, you had Zach Wilson, the one that came out of nowhere that everyone was loving. And he became a whole learning experience for people now. Trey Lance, who kind of was the question mark. Very similar. I don't want to say similar to Anthony Richardson because I feel like Anthony Richardson already answers a lot of those questions for us. But with Trey Lance, you could tell he was more put together as a passer. He just didn't. He didn't have all the reps because I think they had a canceled season, and he only had 1 year there as the true start at North Dakota State. So, but yeah, that was a banger class. All right, let's get through the rest of this. Keon White, man, he's been something. Was it Lance Zierlein that had him real high? Watch out. So anything that just catches my eye. Ooh, Tyreek Stevenson. I like that. I like that to the Vikings. I think Dallas is looking for a speedy long field threat. So I don't think Jackson Smith-Njigba is exactly the receiver they're looking for. Freaking Anthony Richardson falling to the Saints. I don't know about that one, bruh. I mean, yeah, I think the Saints would love to get a guy on a rookie deal, but whew. So, okay, but look at how you news freak. Look at how you framed this question. I agree with you, but Texans could grab a generational guy in Carter and then next be in a prime position for Caleb Williams, who I would have as QB1. So the Texans are drafting first next year? Because that went so well this season, did it? You don't know where you're going to be. And at that point, you're going to be giving away the house just to move up for Caleb Williams. If the team that's picking one wants to even give that away, maybe they're like, no, we want Caleb Williams. Get the heck out of here. You don't do that. You just don't do that. You don't start drafting for next year's class because you can't. Hey Maxwell, I don't know what you're saying with this question. You're saying Richardson has more tools than Richardson or something like that? Or maybe I misread that. Richardson had more production this year and is 3 years younger and has better tools solo. Yeah, I still think that you go back to Trey Lance's, I think it's 2019, because their 2020 season was canceled, and then they did the 2020, or they did a spring 1-game showcase game. So if you go back to the year before, he had a phenomenal year. Richardson is not Malik Willis 2.0. Malik Willis did not have the tools. Malik Willis had tools. Anthony Richardson tools are literally off the freaking charts. On top of that, Richardson wanted to work inside a structure. Malik Willis was constantly working outside of structure, and that's not going to work in the NFL. You're crazy if you're comparing Willis with Richardson. Agreed. In my latest draft for the Chiefs, I've been getting Jalen Hyatt, Dwan Jones, or Zay Flowers. What do you think? Zay Flowers. I would go Zay Flowers, Jones, Hyatt. I'm not taking Hyatt in the first round. If you're taking a quarterback in the first round, then take one with more potential. But not every coaching job is in. Not every coaching job or even GM job, they're not in a place to take a developmental guy. They need a guy that could probably come in and start right away. Like, there's no way Josh Daniels could take Anthony Richardson over Will Levis. Will Levis would have to be the guy. He takes Anthony Richardson, he lets him sit for a year, then he's not going to be the guy that's going to be coaching him the year that Richardson starts. That's what I'm saying. Jalen Wyatt, go to my receiver rankings. I just talked about this earlier today, why I'm not taking him in the first round. The dude is speed, and that's kind of about it. Like, he's got a trump card. It's a good trump card, but that's about it. He doesn't do anything creative after the catch, even though he has the ability to. He could be a lot better after the catch. And like create after the catch, not necessarily just catch ball, go run real fast. I mean, making blockers or making defenders miss and whatnot. But on top of that, like, he didn't run the most complete route tree there at Tennessee. Trying to remember specifically things I'm going to put in my notes. Well, son of a gun. There you go, buddy. But I don't know. Yeah, just go check that out. Will you do another one of these streams at some point? I want to send my mock. I don't shred mock drafts. I'm pretty kind. Yeah, no, I'll definitely do one more of these. Quentin Johnson going to the Chiefs is freaking phenomenal, by the way. That's ridiculous. All right, let's do one more tonight before we call it a night. We're gonna do one more. Sorry if I didn't get to yours. My apologies. We went over a ton of these tonight. Okay, this was your last one. Oh my gosh, this one's so small. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I think next time I better I will advise y'all to do it. Are there listener joined mocks? What? Oh, like for Walk the Mock? That's what Walk the Mock is. Great point. That's the exact reason why coaches like Sala and Rivera can't take AR. They may not be able to reap the benefits. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. So these ones come up really small. So next time we do one of these, I'm going to advise y'all to do it on your laptop or PC. So we're going to do swollen nut here. I think that's a nice way to end the stream with a swollen nut. All right. So let's check out this one. When's that? We do Walk the Mock on Tuesday. We do it. We've been doing it twice a week. We'll ramp up after the combine, but we do it twice a week. Probably next Friday too, but Tuesday, Friday. All right. So we, please. Oh man, you have swollen nut with the freaking trades. Oh, I already see the Ravens at 8. Son of a gun. Hyatt, JMO, St. Brown. That's an offense you're afraid of. Oh man, maybe if they had a top 10 quarterback. think people are sleeping on Hyatt a bit. If you look at his first 2 years, he was really skinny, but last season he bulked up and became much better and still didn't do much after the catch despite that bulk. You say he bulked up. That's another thing, dude. This guy lacks so much physicality during the route. Like, there are some cases like this dude is getting just like knocked off the time in her routes. He's supposed to get to a certain landmark, but he can't because he can't handle the freaking girth of the corners. You think that's going to get better in the NFL? No, he needs to improve upon that. Not saying that he can't. And I'm not saying that he's going to come in and be like John Ross or something or Anthony Schwartz. I think he could be better than that, but I'm not taking that guy in the first round. How did the Ravens get 8? This looks like a Lamar Jackson trade. So the Falcons traded for Lamar Jackson. Anthony Schwartz was just speed. He was a track star playing football. That's not the same for Hyatt. Hyatt's a football player. All right, so we got Stroud here, Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Tyree Wilson, Christian Gonzalez, Will Levis. So everything seems right. Like, or at least it seems cool. Now we have the Lamar Jackson trade. And you're not going to even take a quarterback. I feel like you have to take a quarterback. Unless you just plan on getting dunked on this year and hopefully taking Caleb Williams next year or something. Oh, man. But we got Miles Murphy. Isn't that crazy? You trade Lamar and then you finally get him a weapon. Like, Rashad Bateman's nice. Unfortunately, he wasn't healthy this year, but he needs more than that. Joey Porter. I think Joey Porter actually a good scheme fit. We got Paris Johnson, Jordan Addison. All right, a lot of these, par for the course. Ooh, Anthony Johnson. I get Adrian Amos is a free agent, but I mean, he's a scheme fit. Shoot. Then there's Michael Mayer to Washington. There's Cam Smith, by the way. Lions get Bijan, Devon Witherspoon to the Steelers. So another Anton Harrison to the Bucks. So I'm assuming this is moving on from Donovan Smith. I like the Darnell Wright pick to the Chargers. I like that one. Siaki Ika. I feel like there's a sexier pick than Siaki Ika for the Jags. So the Cardinals trade back up with the Giants. Interesting. Get Osiris Torrance. Did they trade Kyler Murray to the Giants? Jahmyr Gibbs. Someone thinks Joe Mixon's going to get cut. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Can't wait for that video. And then overall, it's all right. It's all right. Trades kind of make it crazy. Wow, Jets. I totally forgot. I totally missed the Aaron Rodgers trade, by the way. Interesting mock. Uh-oh. I'm messing with my... There we go. Dalton Kincaid, Dallas. Not too sure about that one. But, I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Some of these, I know some of y'all got a little crazy with it, which is fine. It's A-okay. It is what it is. Best offensive lineman for the Finns in round 2. Your opinion. Fins up. Cody Mock. Cody Mock. Like maybe a Steve Avila if he's there. But we don't really need guards. That's the thing. We really need a tackle. That's where the Dolphins really need. Like, we really need a tackle. What tackle are we taking? I guess Matthew Bergeron. I think Bergeron would be in that range. I think that would be fine. But anywho, that's it for me tonight, guys. We went through, for the most part, all of them. Again, sorry for those that did it on your phone. Do it from a PC or a laptop next time. That way it's a bit bigger. Ritter to the Ravens. Why? 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 It doesn't even matter. Like, you give me Ritter, I don't care. I'd rather have Lamar. Like, what's the Ritter has to be an absolute throw-in, worth nothing to the Ravens, literally worth nothing. Anywho, y'all have a great rest of the night. I'm going to have a cap casualties video out for y'all for NFL free agency. So that'll be out tomorrow. That one was a ton of fun. But as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.